Hello, my lovely class. Welcome back to Study Web Academy, where education is without limits. Welcome back to our English class, and let's continue exploring our topic on speech works. So I've given you the elements of speech work, and before that, I told you what speech work is and what speech work entails and everything about speech work. Then I showed you some elements that are essential when you want to deliver a speech or when you want to deliver something like a context okay. So you have to be good at your public speaking. You have to pronounce and articulate words well. Voice training, I talked about being audible and just understanding or knowing your audience. Is it a large crowd? Is it a small crowd? If it's a large crowd, then you know how to adjust your voice. If it's a small crowd, then you also know how to adjust your voice. Then speech writing too. You have to know how to write speeches very well. So I've talked about this. Listening and responding. We want to be active listeners. That means that when you listen to someone talk or when you listen to a certain speech, you respond to it. You actively respond. You actively involve yourself in discussions or hold conversations and meaningful conversations, okay? Again, we looked at debate and argumentation. When you're debating about something, you have to be very, very persuasive. And being persuasive means that you provide facts and support what you're saying. So you have supporting details and facts, and you're ready to support your ideas. If someone is opposing what you're saying, then you're ready to tell them why this is your point and why you believe that is your point. So that is debate and argumentation, okay? The next thing that is an element of speech is the nonverbal communication. We don't want to be a static or let me say a static speaker, okay? You speak to people, you use appropriate body language, not just any body language. You find some people talk and they're throwing their hands everywhere, or when they're happy you can't know because they have a plain face. No. So we want to develop and understand our body language and facial expression. So if you're happy or you're talking about a happy presentation, we want to see it. And if you're sad, we want to see it. When you're like showing something or trying to give an example, we want to see your hand movement. Walk around the stage. Don't be static. Don't just stand somewhere and talk from there all the way until you finish. No. Move, but don't move too much again. Move, pause, talk, move again, move back. Just feel the stage. Feel free to move and feel free to enjoy what you're delivering to the people, okay? So that's also a very, very important aspect. Then I told you this skill of speech work is very, very necessary, as it will help us develop in our communication skills, and it won't help us academically. It will not only help us academically, let me say that, but also in the real world where you're going to look for a job, right? This employer or viewers wants to see your confidence. How will they trust that you'll do a good job? It's because they see it in you. They see how confident you are in anything you're saying, okay? So that's also another aspect we will look at. So now I want us to move to something very, very important, and we've talked about this class. So I believe that we've talked about this topic that I'm going to show you, and that is monophthongs, okay? So in my past class, again, I introduced diphthongs and monophthongs, okay? So right now we'll talk about the monophthongs here, okay? So we're going to look at what are they, examples, and why should we know them, or how do we relate to them. So we're going to be looking at that. Do not worry. So now let's begin on this, and it's a very, very easy topic. So what are these? What are monophthongs? What are they? So these are just single pure vowel sounds that do not contain a glide or change in quality during their pronunciation. They are steady and consonant vowel sounds. They are steady and consonant vowel sounds. Again, when we talked about diphthongs, we talked about these are words that have two or have a double vowel sound. They have a double vowel sound. But now mono, from the word mono means one, di means two. Get that right. And again, in your dictionary corner, you can include that. Mono means one, di means two. Even from your science lessons, you learn about monocotyledons and dicotyledons. One means one and another one means two. So mono means one, di means two. So monophthongs are just single pure vowel sounds, and these are sounds. Make sure you hear that right. They are sounds, nothing else, but they're pure vowel sounds. So not that just any other sound, but vowel sounds, okay? And they have a steady consonant vowel sound. So they are simple pure vowel sounds that are pronounced with a single stable tongue position. Get that right. So unlike diphthongs or diphthongs, the ones we looked at, unlike diphthongs, which involve a glide or a combination of two vowel sounds within the same syllable, monophthongs consist of a single vowel sound. It's okay not to understand what we're talking about now, or it's okay not to understand the explanation here, but bear with me and let's now look at the examples. Through these examples now you'll understand what I mean by a pure vowel sound. You'll understand when I say they are pronounced with a single stable tongue position. Let's look at these examples. Now, when you speak words or when you pronounce words, you notice that you can find maybe a letter A has various ways of pronouncing it. Some people will say apple, some people will say apple. Look at that, okay? Some people will say, look at the word maybe egg, B. You find that they have the same vowel sound, letter E. Let me show you something here. So look at this sound here. This letter E, okay? This E can be pronounced in various ways. So you find that the first one, we have this sound E. It's an E sound. For example, beat, C. Okay, look at that. C, beat, it's this sound. Then the next one, notice, it's the same sound, but we're mentioning it in a different way. So we say something like beat, sit. So you find that this first one, sorry for this, but let me get thin marker for you to understand. I want something thin. Let me choose that. Okay. So look at this. We have this sound here. This is double E, right? So this is like E. But now this one is like, and sorry for my writing because I'm using my laptop. It's a bit hard, but sorry. I hope you bear with me. I hope you understand me, okay? So we have this. This one is perfect, okay? So look at these two. There's one that you say E, and that one that's one that you say E. Look at that again. So C sounds like beat, C. There's a pull when you're saying the first E's here, okay? This sound E. But the second one, look at it. When you say the word sit, bit, it's like one pull. There's no even pull, it's just one sound or one pronunciation or one articulation. Bit, sit, okay? But this one is beat, sit. You see there's a pull here. Don't forget that. There's a pull here. But when it comes to here, it's said as a single vowel sound. So notice that difference. So right now I'm just giving you examples, but I want you to understand. By the end of this lesson, you understand what I'm talking about. So let me get rid of my drawings and have a clean sheet, okay? So here. Sorry for that. So look at this now. We have this sound E and this sound E. They're the same sounds, okay? But one we say we pull it, and another one we don't pull it. Now this is what we talk about, the double sound. But this is a single sound. Don't worry about that. I will show you. Now, let me get rid of this drawing here. I love a clean work. Good. So, the next sound is sound E. Look at that. We can say it in different ways. So we can say it as A, for example, say, play. It's like saying this sound A, but here we are like pulling it A, say, play. But look at, for example, here. Okay, so this is just sounds and how we pronounce it. So class, don't get confused. When we talk about monophthongs, we're just talking about how we pronounce sounds and basically vowel sounds. So if you see all these sounds here that I'll be talking about, all these are vowel sounds. Look at them. All of them are vowel sounds. So I have E here for beat, sit. Again, the same E for sit, bit. You notice that one is pulled and down is not pulled, okay? Look at these examples here. We have the next example here for this is the sound A. Look at how it's written. But it's not important for you to know how it's written, but just know the way we say it. So this is the sound A for cat, but. But notice we have the sound ah again, but this is for father, ka. Notice that one is ah and another one is ah. So cat, but ka, father. It's the same pronunciation, but you find a slight difference when you speak it out, okay? Then the next sound here we have the sound O. For example, this is like you make your lips go in an O shaped, okay? So for example, O for so, low. You notice that there is like a O shaped that forms in your mouth for this one. So this is another sound here, sound O. And the example we have the same sound O, but now this is for go, no. You say it as just O, one sound, okay? And then we have this pull here, and this is sound U, okay? Sound U. But you notice how we write it is different. Food, mood. So notice something. When you're talking about sounds, you don't mind about the spelling, but how you sound it out. So if you look at this food and mood, they contain double O. We don't see any U sound here or U sound here. But how do we pronounce it? We pronounce it using this sound. So this becomes food, mood, okay? And then look at this sound here. This is now a pull of the O, or a pull of this sound U. So here you'll say words like book, foot. So notice something, class. There's one that is a single sound, and there's another one that is two double sounds. So this is a monophthong. This is a monophthong. This is a diphthong because it's a two double sound. Don't forget that, okay? So we will see this difference, don't worry. And then look at this last example here. This is the sound R for words like cup, luck. This is how you write the sound. And then this here is the sound R for words like bad, hard. This is the sound R, okay? For words like bad, hard. And then lastly, we have this sound here for schwa, okay? It's a schwa sound, which refers to words like sofa or banana. So here, this word or this sound here is the most neutral and central vowel sound. It's found in an unstressed syllables in the first syllable of sofa or the second syllable of banana. So syllable here is so-fa. So is the first syllable. So there's a soft or a very, very unstressed way of saying this word O. Sofa, okay? Then we talk about banana, ba-na-na. So the second syllable is na, so ba-na-na. So when you say na, you find it very, very easy and easier to say. Now, just to make our understanding even better, I will look at these examples of monophthongs but in sentences. Now we'll understand how they are pronounced or how these single vowel sounds are, okay? So the first one we have E, and this pronunciation is in a word like beat, okay? This is a high vowel sound. Even when you say it, beat, you see your voice rises up, so it's a high vowel sound. She gave a speech with a great enthusiasm. She gave a speech with a great enthusiasm. So here we see E, like the pull, it's a pull word, okay? E, and it's a high vowel sound. So we have words like speech, beat, okay? You notice there's a rise in that. And then we have the second E sound again, but this is in one like beat. Look at this one, beat, 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 beat. So one there's a pull, and then there's no pull here. So here, this is a close front and rounded sound or vowel sound. And for example, the kitten sat on the windowsill. Window, we. So you notice the way it comes out very, very easy. So we is like you don't round your voice. For example, beat. You feel that your voice goes louder compared to beats. Windowsill. So this is the second E sound. Then we have the A sound, for example, in words like say, a, say. This is a close, mid, and rounded sound. So when you say, your lips do not go round, but they like spread out and say the word say, okay? So even try to say the word say. You notice your lips widen, but they do not go round. So that is what we mean by unrounded, okay? Compare when you're saying oh, say. When you say oh, your lips naturally round, they go round. But when you say, your lips widen and pronounce that word. So notice that different. So may I play on the swing or the swings after school? May I play? So play, say,